Hey, I'm Katie Weber and wanted to join you tonight. Thank you for having me and share a little bit about my story. I just kind of wrote down some notes, and I don't think I've ever really been this raw. So thank you for listening, and just excited to be here tonight. I bought my premium starter kit with oils in September 2014. So just about 4 years ago, and really fell in love. I'd kind of used a couple bottles here and there, but I just decided to dive in. And I remember my husband asking me, do you think you'll really use those? And we saw some really good results. We saw them with our toddler, and we saw them with actually our dog. And then my husband was the first one to really notice them out of us for sleep. So we started to use them, and I bought them thinking, okay, this would be a great little hobby for me. I have an 18-month-old and a five-year-old, and really looking for a place to kind of talk to adults and get out and just talk about something I love, and teach some classes every now and then. I just thought it'd be fun. Well, a month later, my husband, he came home on my birthday after we had had breakfast, and he left for an out-of-town trip, and came back a few hours later and told me he lost his job. And so that was a gut punch for sure. But honestly, I now can look back and say I'm so thankful for that moment. Because instead of, there was something in me that shifted right then. And instead of going with him into like the grief of it is so hard, y'all, to experience a job loss. There's a lot of other hard things, and we've been through some other, losing a parent and sick children and stuff like that, but this is a hard thing. It's a real hard thing. And instead of doing that, instead of joining him in that, something in me shifted, and I just decided I am going to pour everything I have into this oils thing, and maybe it'll work. Like, maybe it'll be something that'll work for our family, because I realized right then and there that you can't depend, I'm like getting emotional about this, but you can't depend, or we can't anymore depend on corporate America. It's not the same as when our parents were working, and the people are just kind of commodities. And my husband was a sales guy, and he was no longer needed, and so it made no sense for him to keep getting paid there. And from a business perspective, I can see there's logic there, but it's a family. And I remember telling my husband, "Did you tell your boss it was my birthday?" And he was like, "No," because why would he? And so I realized right then and there. And he was traveling 3 and 4 nights a week. It was a good job, but there were a lot of sacrifices being made. And so I poured myself into my business at that point. Something shifted in me, and I began to look at my business with a lot more intention. We lived in Tennessee at the time. We were from Atlanta. And so I drove back to Atlanta a lot and taught classes. I asked people if I could come and teach in their home, if they could get some girls together, some friends together, their church groups together, whatever. Nothing was too far. I traveled and traveled, and I taught online. And y'all, I'm not a technical person. I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that as I continue to talk. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot and grew a lot, and it was really incredible. So, let's see. So it's just kind of a wake-up call, I guess. And now I'm really passionate about every family having a plan B. It doesn't have to be essential oils, but I just feel like every family needs a plan B. I was talking to a friend the other day. Her husband is an attorney, and she homeschools her children, and they travel in the summer. It's awesome. She and her kids do. Her husband can't come. And she said it's really hard because he has to stay home and work. And I just thought, you know what? Like, I could deal with that for a short term, but now that we have tasted some freedom of dad being home and him being around a lot more, like, I can't imagine not, like, kind of having a game plan for when he'll be able to then travel with us, because so many Americans, so many of us are tied to this job. We're owned by this job. We don't have that freedom to say, you know what, I think I want to spend a month traveling with my kids. And so that is what I'm passionate about, helping families have a plan B so they can work towards time freedom with one another and time freedom with their children, and being able to give more and being able to do more than you ever thought possible instead of just being a slave to your job. So that's my little soapbox there. Is it easy? Is it a get rich quick thing? No, it's not. It's not at all. And I worked hard. And so I just want you to know that going into it. It's hard work, but is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. So y'all, my first paycheck I got, and I'll show y'all some screenshots of this in the comments, but my first paycheck in October 2014, so the month after I started, the month my husband lost his job, was $323. 1 year later, in October 2015, my paycheck was $1,200, $1,270 something dollars. Now my paycheck averages around between $6,000 and $7,000. That's real, y'all. And my paycheck is kind of low compared to some of my friends. But it's a game changer for us. Can you imagine what your family could do with an extra $1,000? I mean, it makes a big difference, y'all. And then to be able to begin to dream, what could you do with an extra $6,000 or $7,000? I remember making a goal for, let's see if we can make $5,000 with this business. If we could do that, we live in rural Kentucky. The cost of living is low. If we could do that, we could, I mean, that would change everything. Y'all, I skipped from 4,000 to 6,000 1 month. Unbelievable. So, but am I sitting back eating bonbons now, or am I still working? I'm still working. But you know what? I'm working right now in my bed. My baby is sleeping. It's raining outside. And I'm home with my kids. I'm home every day after school with my kids. I'm home with my kids. I get to go on field trips with my kids. When somebody is sick, I'm home with them. Like, we're not having to take sick days. We're not having to take paid time off. I'm home. And my husband is pursuing a master's degree. I'm fully supporting my family right now. So this is a real deal. I'm working hard, and I've got big dreams, bigger than I have ever had before. And so I'm not finished with this. This is something I have fallen in love with, and I'll kind of tell y'all a little bit more about that. But I'm not going to kick back and just stop tomorrow. So this is my job, and this is and I love it. It's something I've really fallen in love with. Okay, so let's see. And sorry, y'all, I took some notes because I can ramble sometimes. Okay, So how do you do this? What does it look like? So just like we tell our friends like about a great restaurant, I do that all the time, or a cute shirt that you got at Target. You get your oils, you use them, and they work. They really work, and it's awesome, and they make your house smell amazing. And it's not, and it's clean. It's not bad for your family. So you know you're making good choices for your family. Your house smells amazing, and why would you not tell your friends? You order it online. Every mom in the world is so thankful for online ordering. I don't know what our mothers did before Amazon and online ordering and Kroger ClickList and all those things, you know. So we don't get a cut, though, from Target or a restaurant or whatever when we recommend, but we do it all the time. And so that's what we do. We recommend these products that we love. And there's a lot more products now than there were 4 years ago, y'all. There is makeup. I'm wearing it all right now. It's clean makeup. That is one area in, you know, we've really tried to like clean up some of the things we're putting in and on our bodies and stuff. Makeup wasn't even on my radar. So makeup was something that they launched last year. There's a whole baby line. There's baby wipes, y'all. It's amazing stuff. I love it. Diaper cream, all that stuff. I've got a 16-month-old, and so love that stuff. There's supplements, there's household options, so there's detergent, dish detergent, there's fruit and veggie cleaner, there's cleaner, like the Thieves Cleaner is what it's called, that it's like the gateway. Thieves is like the gateway oil. The cleaner smells amazing, and it's clean. Your kids can help you clean. Your kids can crawl on the ground and lick the floor if they want. You're not like, they just licked up bleach. So it's really good stuff. And so you just share that. And do you have to be an expert at it? No, you don't. In fact, like all of us are just really regular moms. I'm like the most regular mom. I'm the most regular at technology. Like, didn't have a blog. I never had an Instagram before this. Like, I've learned a lot, and that's been really neat to kind of continue to hone my skills when I'm a stay-at-home mom. But I'm no expert at all. I'm no expert. I have some great books that I point people towards. We look things up together. I don't always know the answer. I say, I'll get back with you. There's great apps. There's amazing resources in a Facebook group that we have. If you're in the Golden Drop Society, that's what I'm talking about. Amazing resources there. So I'm the farthest thing from an expert. What I do is I just get girlfriends together, my friends or someone else host it, and they get their friends together, and I just open up my kit and I talk about, hey, we use lavender for sleep. We love peppermint for any kind of tension. We use Digest for digestive support. But it doesn't even have to be an oils class now because we have all these other lines. So this summer I've got planned a baby class. So we're going through the baby stuff. Whatever your heart and niche is, if your niche is your dog, which we've used oils for him, our dog, whatever it is, you can make it your own, which is really cool. You can get together with your friends and make bath salts that are super easy, rollers. You can have like your girlfriends over for a spa night. That's one of the things I really love about oils is they kind of help moms take a minute to have some self-care. And that's a big deal for me because I'm really not good at that. And so oils have sort of made this little pocket in my life where I can do that again, which is awesome. So like I said, I'm super normal. I've got 3 kids, a messy house, just doing our thing in rural Kentucky, and have found something that I love. And not just sharing oils, but I found a tribe of women. There are some men too. At this point, my group has collectively, so got lots of ladies working and sharing oils too. We collectively have over 23 families in our group. And that's mind-blowing to me. Y'all, mind-blowing. My 2 best friends were the first ones that bought kits. I had two members when I first started. And I just got people together and said, hey, will y'all go out to dinner with me and we can practice and let me practice this script? And my friends were just great about that. And from there, so somebody said, hey, can you come over and teach to my friends? And it just sort of went from there. But I decided early on I wasn't going to quit. So it can get hard and you'll hear no sometimes. But it is worth it. The personal growth that I've experienced to just kind of look back and say, this is what I've been able to do, is just unbelievable. I've stepped into things that I never thought I was capable of. And what thing in your mid-30s or however old you are, I feel like I'm on the old end in our young moms groups, but what thing can you do at this point and stage in the game where you're like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and growing by leaps and bounds? It's amazing. So often we just get into a place and we stay there. But to see yourself and for your kids to see you reach dreams and accomplish big things is unreal. It's just really neat. There's not a lot of opportunities in life like that. I told a friend last week, I said, it's not often anymore that we see people go after a dream and a dream comes true. Like, how often does that happen in our life? But it did. Last week I saw a friend walk across a stage and be recognized for a promotion that she got for something she dreamed of for 4 years. And it's just really incredible to be a part of something like that. So I'm a part of something bigger than myself, much bigger than myself. I am seeing women that I work with bring their husbands home. I have a friend whose husband is a teacher and he always gets a job in the summer. This summer he is with his kids. It's amazing. I am seeing friends give big gifts, give cars to people, help with adoptions, just be able to be home and no longer be owned by their jobs, to be just savoring that time with your kids when they're little because it goes so fast. So I'm seeing some really incredible things happen in families' lives, and that is what's so much bigger than myself. It's bigger than all the dollars. The freedom is where it is. And I realized this really quickly, spring of 2015, shortly after I'd started this and my husband went back to school, my father-in-law, my husband's dad, went into the ICU and was there for about a month before he passed away. And he and I, my husband and I, we left our kids with some family, and we went and we were with him. We were with him as much as we could be with him. And that was the biggest gift. I had interviewed for a job when we moved to Kentucky and just felt like, you know what, I'm going to pour everything into this oils thing. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but this is what I'm going to do because I believe this can work, and because my family is important to me. I want to be with my family. And that time with my father-in-law was the most amazing gift. Time, to me, is worth it all. Time with the people you love. And this Young Living thing, it gave that to us. So let's see. I'm dreaming bigger than I ever have now. I'm a part of something so much bigger. I know I said that. And I have the best friends that I get to work with every day. At this stage in the game with little kids, it's so seldom that you get to really like spend some time with your friends, you know. But we work together online all the time, and it's really neat. And then last week we got together for our annual convention. If you're friends with some of us on Facebook, you may have seen that. And that was kind of like a girls' week. So it was awesome. So we got to be together for a week. And that just doesn't happen a lot at this stage in the game with little kids. And so that was awesome. And this community has been there for me through thick and thin. We're there for each other. We love each other. And even though it's virtual a lot of times, our annual reunions are just really life-giving. So I just wanted to say, it's the last thing I wrote down. If I can do it, y'all, like, super normal person, like the most normal. The other side of this phone right now is a hot mess in my bedroom. It's a mess here. My laundry's piled up. Actually, I have something that I've had in the wash, towels, for too long. You know, I don't have dinner plans. Like, I do not have it all together. I do not. I have gotten to classes. I have had the most ridiculous classes. I've gotten to classes and failed in every way, but I just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and it's working because women and people want a plan B. They're looking for something. There's freedom in this, and I would love to see it for you. So if I can do it, believe me that you can do it. And you bring something unique to the table. So you reach a different group than I can ever reach. People need to hear from you, and you have a different story. So what would $1,000 do for your family? What would $500 do a month? What would $5,000 do? That, I mean, for us, it's a game changer. Think about that. I would love to hear what that would do for your family. And thank you for watching this. I am so grateful for this time, and yeah, thank you.